that the energy that powers the alarm clock came from the breeze through the trees the night before. And we will go to work that morning riding the rays of the sun. It will light our cities and power our businesses. It will warm our homes and cool our workplaces. It will reduce sources of conflict and fuel our economies. It will connect us all. It won't scar the land or poison the seas. The food we eat will be good for our bodies and good for the planet. And the weather that day won't make us worry for tomorrow. There will be more jobs and less disease. The sea level will stop rising. And species will stop dying. The question is, how do we get to that day from where we are today? All 7.3 billion of us. We start by deciding that beyond our doubts and differences, such a day truly exists. And that is something each of us can do today. We can make today the day we stop thinking that the changes required to get there are impossible and beyond us, and start realizing that they are not only possible, but what the future requires of us. We must stop turning from the warnings of science and fear and denial, and instead turn toward the solutions and partnerships we need. We can make today the day we stop pointing at each other in blame, and instead chart a new course together. We have never faced a crisis this big, but we have never had a better opportunity to solve it. We have everything we need to wake up to a different kind of world. We need our leaders to be brave and their choices to be bold. They will either remember us as the generation that destroyed its home, or the one that finally came to respect it. We have every reason in the world to act. We can't wait until tomorrow. This is our only home. You can choose today to make a world of difference.
Please welcome the Secretary General of the United Nations, His Excellency, Mr. Ban Ki-moon.
Your Excellency, Mr. Sam Kutesa, President of the General Assembly of the United Nations, Your Excellencies, distinguished heads of state and government, honorable ministers, honorable leaders from business, finance, and civil society, good morning. Thank you for coming to this unprecedented and important gathering today. Looking at that film made me think of my childhood. I grew up poor in war-torn Korea. I dreamed of peace. I dreamed of prosperity. I dreamed of opportunities. Sitting here today, in so many ways, a dream come true. But today, the dreams of people throughout the world hang in the balance. Climate change threatens hard-won peace, prosperity, opportunity for billions of peoples. Today, we must set the world on a due course. Climate change is a defining issue of our age. It's a defining our present. Our response will define our future. To ride this storm, we need all hands on deck. That is why we are here today. We need a clear vision. The human, environmental, and financial cost of climate change is fast becoming unbearable. We have never faced such a challenge, nor have we encountered such a great opportunity. A low-carbon, climate-resilient future will be a better future, cleaner, healthier, fairer, more stable, not for some, but for all. There is only one thing in the way: us, we. That is why I have asked you to be here today, and thank you for your leadership. I'm asking you to lead. We must cut emissions. Science says they must peak by 2020 and decline sharply thereafter. By the end of this century, we must be carbon neutral. We must not emit more carbon than our planet can absorb. No one is immune from climate change, not even these United Nations headquarters, which were flooded during Superstorm Sandy. We must invest in climate-resilient societies that protect all, especially the most vulnerable. I ask all governments to commit to a meaningful universal climate agreement in Paris 2015, and to do their fair share to limit global temperature rise to less than 2 degrees Celsius. To do that, we must work together to mobilize money and move markets. Let us invest in the climate solutions available to us today. Economists have shown that this comes at minimal extra cost, while the benefits to our people and our planet are monumental. We need all public finance institutions to step up to the challenge. And we need to bring private finance from the sidelines. We must begin to capitalize Green Climate Fund. And we must meet the broader $100 billion a year pledge made in Copenhagen. Let us also put a price on carbon. There is no more powerful way to drive the market transformation we need. Distinguished heads of state and government, excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, and people of the world, all these actions demand collaboration, cooperation, and coalition. Today and all the way through to the Paris Agreement next year. The United Nations is doing its part. We will be climate neutral by 2020. All around the world, people around the world are acting. 2 days ago, I was part of a massive people's climate march in New York, together with Mayor de Blasio of New York City. I was overwhelmed by the energy of the tens of thousands of people. In cities around the world, hundreds of thousands of people called for action. They demanded that leaders lead. That is why we are here today. We are not here to talk. We are here to make history. Today, thank you for your leadership. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary General. Now, please welcome to the podium the Mayor of New York City, Mr. Bill de Blasio.